September 25th, 1940. Paris, France. The city was drowning in silence, the kind that only comes when fear has replaced music. German officers filled the Grand Theater Hall, their polished boots tapping against marble floors as laughter echoed off the walls. On stage, under a single spotlight, stood Josephine Baker, wrapped in sequins and confidence. Her voice floated through the smoke-filled air, soft and playful, while her eyes hid something no one in the audience could see: a mission. As the orchestra swelled, she smiled at her captors, bowing gracefully, while deep inside her mind, she was memorizing faces, insignias, and whispered plans traded over champagne. In her dressing room, her sheet music, the same she'd perform again tomorrow, held more than notes. Invisible ink carried secrets across borders, tucked safely between melodies. In that hall of occupation, Josephine was more than a performer. She was a weapon without a gun, dancing in the lion's den, with only rhythm as her shield. Weeks later, Josephine's Paris apartment became a silent sanctuary for rebellion. Behind her laughter and glamour, she worked with French intelligence officers who trusted her fame as their disguise. Soldiers, diplomats, and resistance couriers passed through her gatherings, each thinking it was just another of Josephine's famous soirees. But every glass of wine, every flirtatious whisper, was a veil over a dangerous exchange. When the Gestapo began suspecting her loyalties, she fled to her estate in Dordogne, claiming illness. There, surrounded by peacocks and gardens, she continued her mission, smuggling coded messages inside her sheet music. Using invisible ink and musical notations, she documented troop movements and German airfield coordinates. Whenever she traveled to Spain or Portugal for performances, her luggage carried those very pages. Music that sang not just for applause, but for freedom. Soldiers searched her gowns, her piano, her jewelry, yet never thought to question the notes themselves. Her greatest trick was simple. Nobody imagined that the rhythm of jazz could carry the pulse of war. By 1942, Josephine was deep within the Free French resistance, now working under the command of Colonel Jacques Abdy. Her performances became the perfect camouflage. She traveled through North Africa and the Middle East, charming officers at embassy parties, all while collecting crucial intelligence for General de Gaulle's network. Her sheet music still hid coded notes, but now she carried them sewn inside her costumes, pinned beneath layers of silk and feathers. The danger was constant. One wrong move, one nervous glance, and it could all end before the next curtain rose. Yet Josephine never faltered. Her laughter disarmed suspicion. Her fame opened every door. In Morocco, she fell ill with pneumonia, yet refused to stop. Lying in a hospital bed, she dictated reports about enemy positions from memory. Her voice faint, but her will unbreakable. She wasn't just entertaining soldiers anymore. She was helping command the invisible war. One fought in shadows, coded songs, and stolen glances beneath the stage lights. In 1944, as Allied forces began reclaiming Europe, Josephine's missions became even more perilous. She carried intelligence from North Africa to London, documenting Nazi strategies, supply chains, and invasion plans, all hidden within her traveling show's cargo. When France was finally liberated, she marched proudly with the Free French troops into Paris, not as an entertainer this time, but as Lieutenant Josephine Baker of the French Air Force Auxiliary. She had risked everything, her fame, her fortune, her life, to serve a country that once refused to serve her. Yet when General Charles de Gaulle personally awarded her the Croix de Guerre and the Medal of Resistance, Josephine simply smiled. The applause she received that day was different. It wasn't for her dancing or her voice. It was for her courage, for the countless lives she saved without ever firing a single shot. That night, Paris was alive again with music, and for the first time in years, it was free. After the war, Josephine Baker returned to the stage, but her music carried a new weight, the echoes of freedom she had helped win. Audiences cheered, unaware that the same woman who once sang under Nazi watch had carried state secrets across borders hidden in her songs. But Josephine never sought recognition. Her true reward was seeing the world dance again without fear. In the years that followed, she used her fame to fight another kind of battle, against racism and segregation. From performing for integrated audiences in America to standing beside Martin Luther King Jr. during the March on Washington, Josephine turned her stage into a platform for justice. Her story reminds us that heroes don't always carry rifles, or wear uniforms. Some carry microphones, sheet music, and an unbreakable spirit. If this story moved you, if it reminded you that bravery comes in many forms, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to American Time. Join us as we uncover the untold stories of courage, sacrifice, and humanity that shaped our world. Because history isn't just written by generals, it's sung, danced, and lived by people like Josephine Baker.